Welcome. So this little missive issue is in the way of a response, a goad issued to me by RadIcaLS Protoblast, Ackerblast. We like to call him Thomas. Being in the moment. Are you in the moment? How would you know if you were in the moment? Be with it. Go with it. Be modern. Be contemporary. First of all, how could you avoid being in the moment? There's no avoiding it. There's no avoiding being modern. There's no avoiding being in the moment. There's no way you can not be there where you are in the moment. There's simply no way you can avoid it. Couple of references. Edward Dorn, eminent poet of the last century, and just a little wee bit of this century, said modus when he was asked to explicate modern or postmodern, and to further elucidate what those terms are, or even mean, or could mean. Postmodern is impossible, was his statement. There's no way you can be postmodern, because modern, the very concept of it, is the moment, is where we work now, in the moment. The etymon is modus, from the Greek, meaning the method of the now. There's no way you can avoid the method of the now. Automatically. Dali said, don't worry about being modern. Unfortunately, it's one thing you can't avoid being. Meaning, there's no escape from the moment. There's no escape from the gesture of the now. There's no escape from being that which you are now, operating in whatever manner you operate in the now. We reject the culture of the regurgitate as an expression of being present. The weeping nostalgia, regurgitate, is of no use to us. The idea of being in the now has to include an expanse of context. We have to expand the context of what it means to be in the now and in the moment. The moment is actually a huge continuum of the past and present. Being in the now, being in the moment, is now actually inclusive of an expanse, a continuum of being in the past, the present, the inescapable, and the future. And that's what we want to incorporate, what we want to now say about being aware. Consciousness and awareness of the moment is an awareness of the context of all moments that are contiguous, that are joined, that are conjoined, that are you, that are me, that are others. We have to take into account the largeness. Due to the miracle of splicing and editing, you'll notice the wine glass is more or less empty. I'll give you another quote from a very interesting individual whose name is Frank Zappa, who said, don't worry about what things are, worry about when they are, when a thing is. Because minutes ago, this was a different thing. This had a different existence. This was utterly, categorically a different object in space and time. Now, minutes later, we don't know in the edit when it occurred. We don't know where actually I am in the edit. I could be earlier than I am. This was a different thing. I'm a different thing. You're a different thing. The point is, being in the moment is being hyper-aware. It isn't merely focusing on whatever pleasures you derive from your physical, visceral container in its little vibrational contexts of titillation. It's more about what's happening around you. The expanded now is your neighbor, is your community, is your society, is a culture which is contextual in the sense that you participate in it and others participate, and there's a conglomeration, there's a consensual experience of the now. To improve. The point is that we want to use the now as a vector to get to other futures that are, everything becomes a growth phenomenon, not a dead end of just your experience. It's like, it's my perfect moment. It was my perfect date. It was my wedding, which was flawless. You know, it's all these things that we frame as magnificent memories that we have, which are indelible, which will affect us forever, and that we want to constantly rebirth in a ritualistic manner every year. We re-experience and we revisit moments. Not a bad thing inherently, but when we become mired in them, when they become inescapable nostalgic traps for our present mind, for now, for the now, to serve the now, to serve who we are now, they become complete lock-step traps. Some kind of freak out over there, speaking of the present moment. The present moment is letting the world in now. It's opening the window. It's looking at the world like Andrei Tarkovsky did. Okay? If you know that name, a Russian director. Maybe the greatest, perhaps. Who threw the lens open to allow forces of nature to penetrate his expression or his perception of the now. It became a huge canvas, which allowed in all sorts of mad vectors and everything. I mean, vectors he couldn't foresee. So that's what we have to think about doing now, is incorporating moments that are real, moments that we can't foresee, into our present experience, and not be so crafty, not be so rigid and dogmatic in the way we experience life in the moment.